Hey guys, I'm Megan. Um, don't mind my sleeping pupper back there, that's just Tank. Anyway, I wanted to make a quick video because I have seen a lot of people in the group posting questions about, asking everyone what kind of tech they use or apps or anything that kind of helps with workflow. So I went down this rabbit hole a few weeks ago and ended up landing on Dubsado. I know some of you guys probably, hate it, some of you guys probably love it. I'm really enjoying it, and I just thought I would show you how I've been using it for my business so far. Granted, I only have one client, so some things might change, but so far I'm really enjoying it. So let me show you. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so when you log in, this is the dashboard you get. If you have anything set up here for your financial goals or your open invoices, you've got your calendar appointments, also any of your tasks or your to-do lists sitting over here. So I will tell you, when you first start with Dubsado, it does take quite a bit to get set up, but once you get it set up, so far it just runs like that. So that's what I'm enjoying about it. Plus it looks really nice. It has a very nice customer facing view, which I'll show you some of those documents look like as well for your customers. So as I mentioned, you do have to do a little bit of behind the scenes work to get started. What you're going to want to do is start with your forms. So what the forms are, these are all the different things that will go out to your clients eventually. And again, like I said, I'll show you what some of these look like. But so to start with, you're going to want to make a lead capture form and probably put that on your website. I have a template for my proposal and action plan that I'll just customize for each person. And then these questionnaires here, they are things I also send out to the clients when I need information. They're going to be similar to Google Forms, if you will. And then I have my contracts over here. The nice thing about Dubsado, it also comes with a template library. So if you don't want to build these yourself, which they're actually very simple to build, you can also go through some of their templates as well. The other thing I really like that they've added is a scheduler. So if you are familiar with like Calendly, then you'll be pretty familiar with this as well. You can set up different types of calls or appointments on here, and you can obviously set the parameters around it. I have one for a discovery call, one for a proposal review call, or for consultation, things like that. So you can set those all up. And then the other thing you're going to want to do is set up your canned emails. And I have them kind of all organized based on where they are in the workflow. So, I've got leads, follow-up calls if they haven't responded to those, call invites. Anyway, it goes on and on. And yeah, I'm a little crazy in OCD, so maybe it's like the years of event planning, but I'd suggest canned emails are the best. And you can obviously, tweak them if you need to before you send it out. Then you're going to go into packages. Packages are the services that you provide. These are going to show up when you're making your proposals. They're going to be on your invoices, and they're automatically going to be on your contracts. So what I have done here, let me show you on my website what those look like. Un momento. All right, so you'll see I have kind of 3 basic service packages. I have a setup package, an essentials, and a complete package. The setup one's a one-time fee, and then these 2 here are monthly fees that are packages that they can pick from. And then of course I have add-on services if they need to have a cleanup or if they'd like any kind of one-on-one consulting. So I have those built into Dubsado here. And then once you have all those things set up, then you can really build your workflows. And then I also have payment schedulers as well. I did also set up Stripe, and I have it integrated. So basically it goes straight to QBO. No problems there so far. And then it will automatically send these reoccurring, like, let's see, on your payment schedulers, you can say if you want them to pay, 50% now, 50% later, or if it's a reoccurring monthly, any of those things. And then I don't even really have to worry about their payment. It's just automatically coming in. Okay, so back to the workflows. This is what is the important part of Dubsado, in my opinion. I have it set up into leads, proposals, onboarding, and then once they're a new client, if they need a catch-up cleanup service, then this workflow will start. If not, it will go into the monthly bookkeeping workflow. So let's go through a little bit of that. Well, actually, let's also look at here. So this is the projects page in Dubsado. I was just going to show you this really quick before we go through the workflow. Projects are basically any of your clients. When you get a client, you're going to want to assign a project to them. However, if it comes through your website lead, it will automatically show up here as a new project. So I have right now, I only have two types of projects. I have an onboarding and setup project, and then I have if you're a monthly client. So you'll see I kind of have it broken into either leads or jobs. Leads, again, are any people or any person that has not signed a contract, and as soon as they've given me money, they go into the jobs section. So you can customize your different statuses however you'd like. I have them set up, of course, to follow my workflow. So basically the way my workflow goes is I will invite them to have a discovery call. Once they have scheduled it, it will change to they've scheduled. Then after we have that call, I'm going to ask them for some more information, like a view-only access to their QuickBooks if they're using that, or if they need to send me statements, bank statements, credit card statements. So I have a form that'll be sent for that. Once they send that back in, they go to the status, which basically means I'm going to look at what's going on. After that, I'm going to need to create that proposal and contract, and then I'm going to invite them to do a proposal review call. Once it's scheduled, it goes here. Then I'll send them that contract that we went over. And if they say no, that's fine. If they say yes, they'll go into the jobs section, where then they'll get their client intake form, and then it'll be on me to set them up and either do the workflow or bookkeeping. So that's kind of how I have that set up there. This will give you a list of your clients. Like I said, you can also look to see, I have one client right now that I have to do a proposal contract for. But you can see if you had a whole bunch of clients where this might be easier to keep track of. So the way I have the workflow set up, let's go into one real quick. I guess I should start with, as soon as the way a workflow starts is either I can start it automatically for a client, or if they were to go into my website here and go to the contact page, they can either email me a request or they can go on and just set up a time on my calendar. And depending on which one they do, a different workflow will start. So they could, again, they'll fill that out. That's that the web lead contact form that I showed you earlier. That is what I embedded into my website here. And as soon as they fill that out, this is what starts. So they're going to automatically get an email. And can I have a little test here for you? So they're going to get an email that says, thanks for reaching out, schedule your appointment. They're going to click on this to see the calendar. Once they have scheduled that appointment, then, if they don't schedule it within 2 days, they're going to get an automatic email that just says, simple little reminder, like, hey, you still interested? And then if they actually do schedule the appointment, this will just automatically be removed. And once they have scheduled it, I'm going to get a to-do, something created on my to-do list that's going to say prep for their call. Now, when I say prep, all I like to do for that is, let's go into somebody really quick. This is my husband's name here, Steven. He's going to be my guinea pig. So you can make little notes on their account. This is your client's project here. It's going to have all the tasks for this job, the workflows, any appointments you've scheduled together, all the forms. Forms are any of those things I showed you, like contracts, questionnaires, things like that. They're all going to live right there as far as emails and invoices too. So anyway, when I say prep for a call, I just like to look at the website. I like to know what it is they do, kind of research some of the common issues, so I have that ready. The other thing that will automatically show up on their account through this workflow is a questionnaire. This is something that I use internally, and it does not actually get sent to the client. So when we have that call, these are just questions I'm going to go through and, you know, ask them about their business, their pain points, make some notes. And when I'm done, you know, I can just save it right there, and it's going to live right here in their project folder. So that's very nice to have. Let's see what else. Oh, let's look at this workflow. Sorry. Okay. So after we've had that call with them, I'm going to then basically ask them for that the additional information I need for the diagnostic review. So they'll get, let's see, they've scheduled their appointment. They also get an email that says your appointment's confirmed if you need to cancel or reschedule. And then as soon as we have that call, they'll get this form that basically just says, thanks for taking time to talk to me. Here's the additional information I need. And then a nice little form comes up. Anything they've already filled out on any forms will actually be all mapped into here. So they can go through and pick what they want. This is where I ask them to either upload their records as far as if they have bank statements they need to put in here, or I made a little video that just, you know, if they need to give me access, the view only access, maybe they don't know how to do that, so giving them a little video on how to do that. So once they have completed that, they'll hit send. I will get an email saying they have completed that, and the next step in the workflow will basically move them on to proposal. So let's go to here. Okay, sorry, a lot of screens going on here. So once it goes into the proposal, I'm going to get some new things on my to-do list here. It's going to come up under my task that I'm going to need to actually go through and do the diagnostic review for them. And then I'm going to need to prepare the action plan and proposal. So this is one thing I'd like to show you. So we will go into our forms onto this project, and we are going to have the action plan and proposal. Actually, I've already, the other thing you can do here. So this is already added on here. I've already edited it. And I want to show you one that has not been. So I'm going to just add one on here really quick. So what you'll do is you'll come in here and you'll hit edit. And I've basically kind of made a template that is similar to what we got from Ben in the course. And, you know, I can go through here. It will automatically have their name and information in here because Dubsado uses something called Smart Fields. But I will go in here and I will, you know, customize this to what we need to do. You just basically click on it, change any wording that needs to be changed. And then I have kind of my guarantee, if you will, here. And then we go into the investment part. And so basically what I have said in this proposal, I've said, these are the packages that you have to have in order for us to work together, and then they get to choose if they want the essentials or the complete package or want to add any consulting hours. So let's say they need to be set up, and let's say they need to have a cleanup service so they don't need catch up. So we just get rid of that. I'm actually going to click on this to edit it. Let's move you out of the way. So we will just hit edit here. Let's say that they've got, I don't know, they have 12 months of catch-up or cleanup work, but I'm only going to charge them for 6. Let's go in here and edit that then. Add 6. Nope, not 16, 6. And save and apply. Close. Alright, so then you'll see that on there. And then all we have to do after that, we're going to hit save. So then once I have finished that in the workflow, I will mark that off my to-do list, and I will keep going through the next steps, which would be to schedule that review call with them. So this is automatically going to send another appointment scheduler that just says, let's see, I've completed your review, let's set up a time to talk. So once we have that, that appointment done, then they're going to get basically the proposal and action plan that we just went through on the call. And this is the one thing I really enjoy. So they're going to get to look at, this is what we just edited as well. So they're going to look through here, see what the plan is, and then again, here are the 2 items that I've already pre-selected for them. And let's say they get to choose, they're going to choose this one. They don't want consulting hours. This is just definitions of everything that I offer, and then just kind of give them the next steps. Here's what you need to do next. I do ask them to create a PIN number, because if they're moving forward, then this is going to be their password on their client portal. So we're going to hit submit and next, and it automatically generates a contract. So again, these are things I don't even have to do. So it really makes it nice. And the thing that I like about it is under services, it's already plugged in all of the details of what we're going to be doing. Under compensation and services, basically what they picked on their proposal, it's all going to show up right here. So it just automatically generates that. I do have them initial 2 different sections of my contract, blah, blah, blah. Then they sign it. I guess technically it's supposed to be Steven's name, but whatever. And, oh, I missed it. Oh. Cool. So then after they sign the contract, it's going to automatically generate their first invoice. Woohoo! So the invoice will come up and has all the details. And then the way I have my invoices set up is they pay now, and then the next payment is due basically 2 weeks before their onboarding, or before monthly bookkeeping stuff starts. And this will all be set up based on your project due date, which I can see I did not change it when we were doing this. But as soon as they pay now for that first invoice, it's going to trigger the next workflow. Woohoo! And that's going to go into basically the onboarding section. So I enjoy how quickly, or how automated that is. And then I'm going to be getting emails on the back side that says, you know, whenever he completes a form or signs a contract, anything like that. And then again, my favorite part about it is that everything lives in their client folder here. So the other things you can also add here, let's see, these are all the questionnaires that I have people taking. I have the client intake form. You can also add just like a one-time link. This is actually just a link to a Google Sheet. So I have it as the Ask My Accountant Google Sheet, so that when the client wants to go look at anything in their portal or anything that has to do with, you know, your services, I like it all to be in this one spot here. And let me show you what the portal looks like. So they're going to get an email. Let's see what to do. Well, if I get an onboarding email, they can take that client intake form. Let's see. And then here's what to expect moving forward. So just kind of tell them about their client portal, tell them about HubDoc, to Ask My Accountant, and kind of when they can expect to hear from me. And then basically they can either click on that button there, or they can go to my website to log in, and they would just use their email. Let's see, generic email. and that password that they created. And then once they're into their client portal, you can kind of customize this to fit your themes and colors, which I really like. It will tell them any upcoming appointments, if they have an open invoice, their emails, their packages here. As I mentioned, this is their onboarding package, so they can see any calls that we've had or any of those forms and documents that we went through as well. Anyways, so that is kind of how I use it in a nutshell. Hopefully this helps somebody else, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks. Hey guys, it's me again. Sorry. I just realized I kind of forgot to touch on one thing and I didn't want to gloss over it. So one other thing else I wanted to show you is when you're in a workflow here, you can actually add an approval button to kind of pause the workflow, so everything's not just automatically firing. So you'll see I actually have a to-do right before this this next step in the workflow that says I need to update the email before this goes out. So what I'm going to do is I'll just go in here and hit edit, and this is an email that goes out after they've already signed up to be a client, and I'm sending them all the information I need to onboard them. So I'm just going to update things specific to the client, and then I'll hit apply, and then as soon as I hit approve, it's going to trigger the next thing. So you do have that option as well. And then the other thing I wanted to show you real quick is I like to, on my workflows, add a to-do to my to-do list, which will show up in any of the tasks on the current client or project you're working in, or it'll show up on your on the task board that just shows all of your tasks to do. Some people like to actually look at project boards. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I'll just show you what it looks like really quick. You can basically have all of your to-dos on a board. You know, have it set up for leads, proposals, catch up, I don't know, monthly bookkeeping tasks that you need to do. And you can mark them off this way. And you can set these up as templates and add them to specific projects based on, you know, what you need to do for each one. So yeah, there's that option to look at things that way. Or like I said, I kind of prefer just having just the task all in one big list like this. And they only show up when they're like kind of the next step in my workflow. So anyway, I don't know if that helps or not, but I wanted to make sure that you knew you did have the option to use this as a task management as well. Okay, I think that's all. I'm going to go hang out with Tank, and we're probably going to go watch some Schitt's Creek now. So signing off for the night, and y'all have a good one too. Bye.